Welcome to the Mighty Dragon. I just caught up with one of the stars of Netflix's Physical 100. It was such an amazing series to watch, and the people on it were just hugely inspiring and motivational. I'm so lucky to have the chance to interview one of the American contestants, Dustin Nippert, a baseball player. I was delighted to catch up with Dustin earlier to discuss the show, his experiences on it and what he got out of it, and also how this show would be perceived in the UK or the USA. Thank you to Dustin for this opportunity. May I wish you all the very best for 2023. Mr. Dustin Nippert, how are you?
Yes, ma'am. Good, ma'am. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you. Yes, slightly out of breath after driving like a Formula One driver back home. So we're here now.
I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, no problem at all. I wanted to grab a podcast with you after watching Physical 100, one of the best series I've ever seen and stay glued to. And I just wanted to know a bit more about your background.
Okay.
From Ohio to South Korea.
Yes.
Is home now South Korea?
No, we have a home here in Korea, and then we also have a home in America that we travel back and forth to. But my two youngest children are in school here in Korea.
Yes.
So it's kind of hard to travel with them. My two older children are in school in America. So when we travel back and forth for like holidays and stuff like that. So, and now with Corona a little bit better, hopefully my two older children can travel to Korea a little bit more freely than they have been to.
Yes. I was just saying, we've just seen you in the smash hit on Netflix, Physical 100. Did you jump at the chance to be in the show?
I was a little bit intimidated, honestly, at first. I mean, once I love kind of doing these kind of programs or activities. Like I feel like I'm very outdoorsy. I like working out. I like that kind of stuff. Like athletic stuff. So when they asked me, I kind of tried to ask like who else was in it, and it was all secretive. They couldn't tell me other contestants or anything like that. And they're just like, yeah, we think you'll be good. And I was just like, yeah, you know what? Like, just try it. So, I mean, I was really honestly like flattered that they wanted me to be in it, and then ecstatic that they chose me. Yeah.
Wow, cool. Being very physically fit yourself as a baseball player, were you surprised at some of the challenges?
The challenges, I feel like once the contestants got in there, I feel like everything was just kind of like really random. I feel like everybody's like, wow, like, what are we going to do? Like nobody. And then when you saw the thing, it's like, oh, well, how did they think of this? Or how did they think of that? So I felt like there was some members who were more physically fit than other ones, but I felt like that really, in some of the events, it didn't play as big of a part as I thought it would. I mean, some of the really big, strong guys, and then some of the smaller, faster guys. So I feel like there wasn't one really body type that really had a huge advantage in any of the challenges.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought it was really interesting when you got to the part where you had to come together as a team and being quite naturally competitive people. How did that play out when you had to come together and in that teamwork?
I felt like for me, it was easy because, I mean, being a baseball player, we were on a team anyway. Like I'm a team sport player. But like some other contestants, maybe like a boxers or MMA guys they're fighting alone, but they have trainers. Like they have a team with them to like help get them ready. So I felt like a lot of the contestants, it was a pretty easy fit. There wasn't really anybody that I felt like was really against the teams. I felt like putting the teams together was a good idea by the staff. But then, I mean, as you can see, like in the video, in the show, like some of the teams they thought they had a huge advantage because they were really a bunch of big, strong guys. But then some of the teams that they assumed would be weaker, like beat the stronger team. So, I mean, that goes to show you right there. I mean, it wasn't really, there was no advantage at all to being one body type over another. So, I mean, it was pretty evenly played out.
Okay. So would you be tempted to do another series?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean,
now you know.
They wouldn't even have to ask. It would just be like a whisper, like, yeah, when are we going? When are we going? Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I feel like it would be a really good experience.
Yes, this series to me has been a glimpse into South Korean culture.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it was narrated into English showed a very respectful society towards each other. And does that really reflect real life there?
Yeah, I feel like South Korea is one of I mean, I've traveled around, not that a bunch of other countries, but I've traveled around a lot, and I feel like just like Asian countries in general are like really safe, and they're, I don't know how you would say it, like not like the ranking order. It's not like a ranking order or anything like that, but people just respect other people's boundaries, and they respect other people a lot more, I feel like, than they like would in like the States, for example. Like, I feel like people are really, I mean, people are opinionated here, but they might keep it a little bit more to themselves instead of being like really outgoing and stuff like that. But yeah, the people here, I mean, it's safe. The people are really respectful, and they're nice. And I feel like it's a very, very good reflection of what life is like here in Korea.
The collection of contestants was, I think, the behind the success of the show, with influencers, especially MMA, gymnasts, bodybuilders, the military. They were all there. And like you said, do you feel that there was anyone there that would have been like the best capable at enduring all of those challenges?
I mean, like when you first walk into a room and there's 100 people in there of all different backgrounds, like you said. I mean, boxers, MMA guys, cheerleaders, Pilates people, like bodybuilders, UDT people, police officers, like military people. Like, there was just such a broad spectrum of people in there. It's like overwhelming. This like who do you think would be like better? But then like after the first, and I didn't know everybody that was in there, like what their background was and stuff like that. But just, you can kind of see like certain people are like athletic. Like some of the people were really big and muscular, but you could just tell that their athleticism wasn't as on par as it would have been like some of the other players. So I kind of like tended to like gravitate toward like the people who were big and muscular, but and also like really athletic. And the one guy, Sung Bin, the skeleton guy here in Korea, him, like once you got to see him in action, it was just like, man, this guy's like special. Like, he's big, but he also moves really well. He's like agile, he's mobile. And it's just like, just watching him do some of the things, like, man, like, I mean, he was definitely like, after the first couple, like he was definitely like a guy I was like, I watched and like see how he did, because I thought he could definitely be one of the top contenders for sure.
Yeah, wow. I think I had so much respect for all of the contestants who participated, and I definitely had my favourites that I was cheering along. Obviously, you were one of those, and another one was the older guy, who was like, he was there to prove that you can be older and still as fit as younger people. I think Sexy Emma, something like that.
He was our team captain.
Yeah, absolutely. I was cheering on those, and also especially the ladies whose like mental strength and self-belief got them through, especially when they were competing against a lot of stronger men.
Exactly.
Would you say this ability comes naturally to athletes, or was it very much a South Korean thing?
I would say athletes. I mean, I don't know anything about being an influencer or a model or anything like that, and I don't know their background. But just for me personally, being an athlete, I mean, we are competitive. Like, it doesn't matter if it's male or female. Like, we could see like, oh well, it doesn't really matter. But when we all want to win. That's why we play sports. At the end of the day, we were there to win. We wanted to be the last one standing. So. I feel like there was people who knew each other, but once the game started, it was like, we're here to win, and it doesn't matter who we're against. Like, we're here to win. So I feel like that's just probably athletes in general, I would guess.
Right. As a British viewer of the show, I wondered how it would be made here and what the contestants would be like and how they would interact with each other, especially where that round that you had to catch the ball and keep it and wrestle to get in it. I know that would all end up in a massive fist fight in the UK. How do you think this would play out in the States? Pretty similar, or?
I feel like it depends on the group of people you have in there. I feel like some people would kind of like lose their head and lose their cool, like depending on their demeanor and stuff. But I felt like the people were really competitive. But I mean, you have to understand that there is a line like you're not going to cross. I mean, it was way more physical than I thought it was going to be. Like whenever the first like couple rounds went off, and like one of my best friends, Carlos, he got eliminated in that round. Just he was one of the first events for the day for that the ball holding one. And like when him and the guy that he was with were going at, I was like, everybody's like stopping, like looking, just like, oh my God, like this is serious. Like they're not going to kill each other, but like they're going to do what it takes to like get the ball. And it was like, it's kind of an eye-opening experience. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing your experiences on Physical 100. I really hope to see another series of it. It was so, so good.
It was a great time. I mean, I enjoyed myself, and I mean, I would jump at the opportunity to do it again. And I'm happy to have met all the other contestants and get a little, I mean, even me, like playing baseball, I played baseball here for a few years and stuff. So like I kind of knew like about like sports side, but I didn't know there was so many other different sports and different background people who were into that kind of stuff. So it was kind of really eye-opening and really a privilege to me to see like the other people who were in the program and like get to meet some of them and talk to some of them. So yeah, it was cool for me. I was very, very, very humbled, and it was a really good experience.
Wonderful. I do have just one last question to ask you. My family, we go to Florida quite a bit, and we did say we were going to go to see a baseball game. So who should I go and see? Any recommendations?
Well, it depends on what time of year you're going to go. I mean, if you're going to go in the springtime, that's like the best time to see all the teams, because spring training. So half the teams will be in Florida and half the teams are out in like Arizona area. So if you're going to go, then you can have your pick of any team you want to. But if you go like during the season, then you'll have to pick like if they have a home game or not, and like what town you're going to and what's the closest team to go to and stuff like that. So
okay, we're normally skulking around Florida, as in Orlando, Florida. So
when are you thinking about going?
Normally at the end of August.
End of August. Yeah, that'd be a good time to catch a baseball games. Yeah, there's the Florida Marlins. I'm not sure exactly what city they're in. They're close to Miami, I think. And then that might be like the best one. They have a really nice stadium, a new stadium there, and I think it's a dome now and stuff. So I mean, that might be a good place to go check out.
Great. Right, my first baseball match, I'll go and see.
There you go.
Thank you so much, Dustin, for joining me, and have a good evening. And I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.